Standup. Just getting the start of the recording out of the way before uh, Lauren joins me. Okay, and we've got Lauren joined us, so why don't you start us off, Lauren?
This is Lawrence Salter, Gabriel Island, British Columbia, Canada. And past week, I didn't do anything directly. Well, I did actually. I tried again to get Zoom installed on the Raspberry Pi. I've got the Raspberry Pi up. Oh yes, there is something that I did, which is I looked into measuring the temperature of the Raspberry Pi, and there's built-in commands that I shared with the team. And in fact, it runs very cool. The case with the heat sinks that we've got runs very cool around 60 degrees Celsius. Coming week, I think I'll look into, in Crosstalk, I'm going to talk about my search so far to load Zoom onto Raspberry Pi. Should be fine, but I haven't had success yet. And I'm going to add that to the blocks too. Anyways, I hope to do that. I really want to get the charitable reporting and then kind of get after or set up the do the 2 years reporting. I don't have the data for the 2018 yet, but and get serious about putting up a donations thing optimistically, but actually for there's some really good reasons to do that. So that's the coming week. And also order the cobbler. I put it off because the local place, it was good to have a local place. I wanted to order from them. They seemed a little pricey. And when I wanted to talk to them on the phone, they said, oh, well, they did talk to me, but on the website they said, and they often don't answer, and they said, we don't have phone, we don't talk to you on the phone, which kind of makes, and a friend of mine dropped in also on the, it's called BC Robotics, and he said it took, he had to wait like 20 minutes, which is okay. They were busy with another customer, and they were willing to talk to him. So I'm probably going to order some parts from them. The kind of generic LEDs and ribbons. I'm hoping to get a kit, a grab bag, because I only need say a dozen or two of each thing. And blocks, and I'm going to say I'm having puzzling problems getting Zoom to work in Linux. I think it might be worth reaching out to them because they list on their website a way to use apt install, which is always for me the easiest way to install any Linux software. And so I tried it and it said can't find the package. So it wasn't just Zoom, it was Zoom Deb 64, AMD 64 Deb, which usually works or it gives you a hint or something like that, but it just said package not found. So might be worth reaching out to them. Anyway, I think it's close. And so if anyone has any suggestions, appreciate that. So that's it for me.
Great, Michael Olchek in Canada. Um, I got very little done this week. Basically, I got the videos posted from last two meetings, and that's about it, unfortunately. I'm hoping to get a little bit of work done on the infrared LEDs and talking with the Raspberry Pi to a PC, but I just haven't had the time. Uh, so that's what I'm planning to do next week. And blocks, I'll agree that the Raspberry Pi is not cooperating very well with getting Zoom installed. Another block is washed my headset, so one side works, and I'm not sure whether it's a charge So I have to acquire another headset that'll work with my phone. Anyway, I guess that's about it for me. Back to you. I think you're still muted, Lauren. I can't hear you.
I'll give myself a 3. The team an 8 will remain at 8, and the uh, not an actual process improvement, but still kind of focusing on. I still have a feeling that we're close to having running out of positions. I don't know what Zoom imposes on our free package, but I think we could this year and not run into having a lot of people at the meetings the way we have in the past. I don't see why not. So that's it.
Okay, I like your optimism. Not sure if I think we're gonna, if I agree, we're gonna run out of room. Um, I think WiKiSPEED could pony up. I think $10 a month, $15 a month, if we run out of the 10 or 15 on the free. I'm gonna give myself I think a 4.3 out of 10. I think that's what it worked out to, and 8/13. And I don't know if it's an improvement, but we really need to get some progress to show. Um, I'm getting messages that are asking if the project is on sale on Wiki Project, as well as another one on YouTube, I think it was. Anyway, we've got to show a little bit of activity so that people know that we're still around. We're still getting people joining the group. Uh, Joe's talks are still causing people to join the team. Um, they just don't really seem to show up on Standup. Anyway, that's about it for me. Do you have anything for Crosstalk, Lauren?
Yeah, I do. Can you bear with me for about 3 or 4 minutes? I'm doing something.
Sure. Probably. Video, so you have to see my very messy basement. So my adventures with Zoom on Raspberry Pi all seem to revolve around the initial message that when GDP or other comes up, please press yes. And what happens is it opens up a new tab in Chromium, and there is no button that says please do this. I do get the post attendee Zoom feedback form, but maybe I should put in there that we're having trouble.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't put too much store in the Chrome. Better to get the app. So I.
Yeah, I haven't had any luck in getting the app to install either.
Yeah. Yeah, it may be that their Linux team fell behind or something like that. Anyway, that's kind of a task. I think actually it'd be good if either or both of us reach out to them and tell them the issues. One thing I could do is I don't recall if I put Zoom on any Linux boxes. So I have a couple of I have a Linux inside a VBox, but I've got Linux on my one of my towers, so I'll try and put Zoom on that. That should disclose something. Because if it doesn't work there, then it's a Linux. Otherwise, it's a Raspberry Pi's thing. And with the apt install, often it's just you got to get the latest name. So they may have dropped that name. They've kind of done separate ones for Debian and other Linux install. So that's and I tried just Zoom and it couldn't find it. So and it does use a regular expression, so it should like it. Sometimes I don't recall if it sometimes says try this. I think it does. So if it can't find it, it might come back. So anyway, I'm ready to go straight to them, and they keep asking us to ask them questions and things like that.
Okay. Any other crosstalk?
Yeah. Yes. Uh, I had a kind of a faint moment this morning, similar to your thing with school. Uh, so I never have cleaned out my Gmail, and I've never done anything to reduce spam on my Gmail. So it told me I had used 14.8 of my 15 gigabyte storage in Gmail, and it might stop working soon. And I wanted to do it right away. So I went to promotions. There's 3 tabs. At least in mine, there's like your primary and social and promotions. So I figured just trash all the delete all the promotions. So it came up with I did a select all on promotions. It came up with 144,000, 114,000, I think maybe. Anyway, it said uh, a large amount selected. Are you are you sure you want to do something with all of these? But I had a banner at the top of Gmail saying you're almost out of storage. It may not work. You may not be able to receive email. So I said put in trash. Uh, I said put in trash, and I'm not sure if that's the right thing with that large a thing, because then Google went to lunch. It actually it did the delete okay, but it didn't show that it was deleted. But anyway, I went to the bin, and I said delete, empty the bin. So it said 9 left to delete in bin, but then it it sat there. I went out to a doctor's appointment. I came back 3 hours later. It was still showing the same message. So I said stop, and then it said 80,000 left. So presumably it was um, less than halfway through in 3 hours, because I guess it searches around on the Google server so that you do, because you can always undo when you delete. So, so it was probably a
Oh,
6-hour job to delete that many using that
well,
method. There may be a
different
better
versions
way.
of delete.
What's that?
There may be another command
Yeah.
or another um,
Yeah, something
might not
like just
be
delete,
delete.
don't bin. Yeah. I'll try that next, but I won't need to for
Flush.
2 years now. I've been using it for 10. I haven't run out. So I probably got a good 2 years till I need to do it again. But from an ecology point of view, there's a lot of carbon being pumped out into the atmosphere because of these servers. So if everybody reduced the size of their storage, and Google was able to close down some servers,
Yeah,
then
I
we
think it's more
what's that?
likely that they just install them less frequently or less quickly.
Yeah,
Than
well, I mean, but
they're
the
installing
deal
them.
is that you know how you've heard of that thing where if the servers uh, die, they just leave them there. It's kind of like the old days with the a horse pulling a mule train or something. A mule pulling a.
Hmm.
So the servers they don't do anything if a server quits. But eventually somebody must go through and identify dead servers and replace them. So at that point, they might not replace it if there was a lower demand.
Wonder if downloading an extension for Chromium might be the way to go.
Yeah, I am not. I would prefer to just do the app because I have you have you used the one for like Firefox or anything in Windows, the extension?
No, I haven't. I've just
Yeah.
downloaded and used the app.
Yeah. I mean, it works well. And you can, and Chrome is not, in my experience, it's not greatly maintained or updated. So
Okay, so not sure if
I
it
don't know.
fits.
That's just my 2 cents. I think go straight to them, try and get an answer out of them, tell them the problem, and to
Yeah,
ask them. If they say,
the,
yeah, go to Chrome, fine.
I went on to the onto their download center and I posed or I searched the questions and it's been asked, but it hasn't been answered.
It's not good.
So,
Talk to their AI or whatever it is, their CEO who keeps sending us emails. Or I'll try that. I'll try that. I'll even phone them if I can get a number.
so anything else you want to do on Crosstalk?
Uh, no, I'm excited about the cobbler. I want to get the cobbler because I got a program I taped in from one of my books, and I want to just get the blinky lights and also yours. So basically, I'm going to use my time and save onto the Pi all the programs you wrote and some blinky testers that I have, and have them ready to go when it comes. And then I have to learn about the guy at the robotics here talked about. He said he had to admit he'd blown out a few pies in his time. His polarity and all that.
Okay,
So I'm
so
I'm looking forward to getting into that. Hopefully, it won't blow this one out too quick. But I'm gonna be careful and try and follow all of the instructions.
okay,
Uh, okay, all right. Good talking to you. I'm kind of thinking in our Linux group we don't meet through the summer.
uh,
So, but then in the fall, people show up. So that's
well,
kind of my
I
thinking there, and I'm willing to do a little prep preparation. So uh, after maybe 2 weeks after Labor Day, send out some stuff. I mean, I do want to ping Joe, but I kind of want to have something to put forward.
yeah, I mean
So
you can always get a hold of him with texting him. He seems to be
with what?
you can text Joe whenever you need to. You have a cell phone number, don't you?
I might. He usually answers email pretty fast too. So
Yep.
if he's not like in China or wherever, and even if
Well,
he is on the plane, I've had I've had him video chat from the plane. It has to be kind of, that used to be really. I guess there's more common, fairly good Wi-Fi in planes now. That used to be $12 a minute or something.
yeah, well, I guess everything progress marches forward, and
Yeah,
if they want people to stop complaining about airplane food, they got to give them something to do, right?
yeah, that's right. Okay, all right, great talking. Yeah, so yeah, looking forward, and in a sense, I'm kind of seeing say the next two meetings as kind of next two stand-ups as, okay, so I'm going to add one kind of task, which is just to kind of what kinds of things could we prepare that might and let's not talk about attracting people. Just make the reading interesting. Obviously, getting stuff done makes it interesting. Having stuff to show, and so I'm going to look at your videos and think about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Talk to you
See you
next week.
later.